Hey, so we're mixing up our flood coat. Put just a little bit of pizzazz down in there. They're gonna love it. All right, here we go. Flood coat. Look, let me show you. Right there. So we are really super close. Wanted to be about 80, 82, 80 to 85. Anywhere in there is fine. You don't want to go much over 85. As soon as it hits this table and thins itself out, it's going to instantly start cooling way down. It's not like the casted resin. It'll never reach temperatures like casted resin will. All right, here we go. Now, the whole object of a flood coat is to flood it. So just know you're going to have waste. So don't try to savor it and make it stretch. The first thing I like to do is this is the beautiful edge work. This is what I want flooded. So I'm going to force that to fall right over. The corners are the worst. It's a little tricky sometimes, but just pour it near that edge. Get you a good enough pull and it'll flood right over. Do what you want it to do. Make sure to get all those corners. Like really drench them corners. Now we're going to start filling it in. Use that last little bit to get right around the rims here where our faucet and all that stuff's going. Make sure those are super coated. Now, what we can do, that I do a lot, okay? This is where I'm gonna take what I call a little steam roller, foam roller, cabinet roller. All I'm doing here, I'm not trying to push any of the resin off the table, I'm just trying to help it close. That's simple. So, some of the species of wood, it's actually hard to see. This here, if you can see that, that's probably in good shape. That's probably gonna close on its own. I'm gonna help some more of this stuff here. Like this guy, I'm going to go in and close him. I'm going to get some of this resin here to flow over this way. Then the rest of it will close right on its own. Just helping some of the bigger voids so we don't have to sit here and wait. That guy will close now. light pressure. Once you get to the end of it there, turn back and run it the other way. And it's light pressure because I'm not trying to take any of it away. I'm just trying to help it get over there and close. All that looks good. Got this little centerpiece up here I'm gonna close. And a little on this back side I'm gonna close. That's it. I don't want to do any more because I'm not trying to, you know, get all this off. Now what I'm going to do is take this guy where this ran down. You ain't going to hurt the back side of this. Your other sides, it's vertical. So you don't need much on these sides. I just don't want to touch the face of it. So this is what I'm talking about right here. That little guy has not made it down there yet. So I'm going to gather some of this and roll over to him. Just keep in mind, we got a 40-minute window. 40 minutes we can sit here and play with this. But in order to get this edge slicked over just like we did, show them that edge works, huh? That's the way to go about it. And that's it. Now we're going to do what we call hurry up and wait. Okay, what's going to happen now is just like we do all the time. Look right there. See, some of this wood is tricky. I've got a little void right here. That's probably going to close. But now I made it close. Just like that. We're going to do what we call hurry up and wait for the time. We got another one. We're waiting on the drips. Look at that. It's just hard to really see a lot of times. Clarity on this is crazy. And sometimes you got to get the light just right. Or by the time you figure out that you got a problem, it's too late. So I look at this every which way. When I go down the other end, look at it that way. Look at that right there, Tom. Bink. Popped him. Got him. And normally I wouldn't pop a bubble like that, but he was so big I knew I wasn't going to touch the table. So we have one more little spot. Found him right there. See, that's why I do this. That's why I leave this guy right there. Some of this stuff is so hard to see. Come here, let me show you. Everything in this table is closed. Look, right there. You see it? Maybe hard to see, but trust me, it's there. So we're just going to take a little bit of this and roll him right over that void. And now he'll just self-level right back out. And we're going to sit him back here again. And I'm going to keep checking, you know, again, periodically. I'm going to keep checking because sometimes it is very, very hard to see a void. And if you do not get that, you will be pouring over. No doubt. See, I'm glad we threw that little bit of blue glitter in there. Everywhere you look as you're walking, you get that little bit of blue glitter to just bounce. just reflect right off here. It's not too much. It's just to show itself and say hello. So we've probably got maybe 100 bubbles or so that I'm sitting here looking at. We are not going to do any type of isopropyl whatsoever. This is where I'm actually going to use the torch, and I'm going to get rid of these bubbles, but I'm going to let them accumulate here. Another 10, 15 minutes. We're still within our working window. Once I poured this out, we had 40 minutes with the resin we used to actually play with this, move it, work it, the whole nine. So this is just absolutely stunning. This is, I say this every time we do another piece, but I'm telling you, this so far, this is probably my favorite piece. The layout, the way the river hit, it flowed right off this edge, and this right here, this guy was special. Me and Tom seen that when we went to go pick up the wood, knew we had to have it. I love the darker tones, the light tones in it. I mean, this is just going to be stunning. It's going to be stunning when those vessel sinks and all that, and the faucet, all that comes into play. I can't wait for y'all to see it. So stick around. We're not done. We got to get these drips off. I'm going to show you that. And then, you know, once this guy hardens up, takes about 24 hours. Tomorrow we can actually go on here with our FX shield. So that is our super cool top coat. It's going to go on the flood coat that went on the seal coat. When this is done, this sucker is going to be like a bowling ball on Friday night. No doubt. All right, so look, there's two things I want to show you real quick. One, Tom left. It's 8 o'clock at night. We've been working on this sucker since early this morning, and it's finally finished out. Just got a little bit to go. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm doing the camera and everything right now, so bear with me. But this ought to be a good spot here. It's a little shorter. The reason I'm not waiting for these drips to slow down, I do this 4 or 5 times in this hour. Just because as they're sitting here, some of these that ain't dripping, they're already going to start gelling and forming. And I don't want these little humps that I've got to skip over later. So it's a really good idea. All you got to do is take a popsicle stick and look. Watch how sharp that edge is. That's it. Look at that edge now. Sharp. I'm going to try to hold this out here to get you to see and follow along. That's all it takes. Just keep doing this until you can't do it no more. Because if you wait too long, some of these weren't even dripping anymore. And we ain't probably 25 minutes into that pour. But that's what you're searching for at the end. Look at that. Beautiful edge. That's what you're looking for. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to show you the torching part. All right, so torching part is exactly what it sounds. Pretty simple. We're going to take this. It's going to be about 6 to 8 inches, about 8 inches away from the surface. We're going to go back and forth in a sweeping motion. And I'm really going to focus on the top, not the camera. So if it's not on point, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can by myself here doing it all. Here we go. That is it. Look at that guy. Just beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so that's it. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, following along. You can check us out on our page. We have got this entire thing from start to finish, and many others for that matter that we've done over the years. This one here was just beautiful. It's stunning. So we couldn't be happier. We hope this helps everybody at home tuning in, wherever you're at in the world. If you want to know anything about resin, how to cast your tops, there you go. So you can check out our page, follow right along. We do these often, along with showers and everything else we got going on. So as usual, thanks for tuning in. Until the next one, we'll see y'all back real soon.